Welcome to our first IABS podcast, where faculties of IABS shall be shedding light on the courses and concepts. We have Professor Ashok Macha to speak about IABS flagship program BA plus IAS. Now, can you please introduce yourself to the audience, sir?
Definitely. So, let us break my introduction into two parts, my academic as well as my professional career. So, when it comes to the academic career, I did my master's in biotechnology and biochemical engineering from IIT Kharagpur. And after my graduation, I started preparing for UPSC, and then I have given the mains as well as the interview. And then I started training the students for UPSC Civil Services examination. And since the past 8 years, I have been training those candidates, and I have placed them in different sectors in the state level as well as the central level. And when it comes to my professional career as an assistant professor at IIBS, it started in 2020, and here I am dealing with the areas of the entrepreneurship development as well as business analytics. I am also a certified psychologist as well as mental health counselor, and I have different certifications in 12 different areas. I also published about 10 research articles in national and international journals.
Thank you, sir. Can you please explain us about BA plus UPSC program?
Definitely. So when it comes to IIBS, so this was an institution which was started 16 years ago. And over the process, the IIBS has seen many excellence. And recently the IIBS has obtained NAC A grade. So which clearly speaks about what kind of excellence we provide at this institution. And even though IIBS is a B school which specifically focuses on the BBA as well as MBA with other different courses, we have introduced UPSC program with the ambition to give about 50 odd civil servants by about 2025. So with this core agenda, we have started UG plus UPSC program. Within this UG plus UPSC program, we have the flagship program BA plus UPSC. And when it comes to BA plus UPSC, the courses which provide in BA combines with the concepts which UPSC asks for. So the subjects we provide in BA are political sciences, history, as well as economics. So these are the main core concepts where the students have to prepare for UPSC or any state or central level government examinations. So that's why we have incorporated BA plus UPSC or BA plus IAS program, and we have been training the students since the past 3 years.
Explain the curriculum in detail, sir.
Definitely. So when you talk about the curriculum, so let us fragment the entire curriculum like BA curriculum as well as UPSC curriculum. So when you're talking about BA curriculum, so BA, which is structured for about 3-year program, so we have political science, economics as well as history. These are the 3 subjects IIBS has been choosing. The reason why the IIBS has chosen these 3 specific subjects is because they align with the UPSC. And what syllabus do we have in UPSC? That is the second question. So when you're talking about the syllabus of UPSC, so we have the examination structured in such a way that we have prelims, mains as well as interview. And for the prelims, the syllabus is not so structured. Whereas for the mains, the syllabus is clearly defined. And the subjects we study in both prelims as well as mains is the polity, economy, history, geography, science and technology, ecology, international relations, internal security, disaster management. Along with it, we have an optional. So when you take all these subjects, so definitely the core areas are polity, history and economy along with the geography. So 3 of the subjects will be covered by BA program for the entire 3 years. So it becomes easier for the aspirant to really look into the core concepts and clearly go to the examination immediately after they graduate. So that is how the curriculum has been intertwined together for BA plus IAS program.
Balance both.
See, we have designed the curriculum in such a way that First, let me talk about the timings of IIBS. So we teach from 8:30 to 3:30. So this is the program timing for every day. So we teach from 8:30 till 1:30 the BA courses, and afternoon session about 1:30 to 3:30 we take UPSC classes, and from 3:30 to 5:30 we conduct the study hours. So whatever the concepts the students have studied in BA program, as well as the concepts they have studied in UPSC program in a particular day, so they'll be able to revise after the class hours, and in-house faculty will be available so that any kind of a doubt session, so they'll be able to interact with the faculty. And this is the time where the students will be having the group discussions as well as the debates, as well as any other curricular events that can be conducted, so that their understanding will be better for as well as UG as well as the UPSC program. So that is how we are balancing both UG as well as UPSC.
Can you please tell me about the faculties and their experience in training the UPSC aspirants?
So when you are talking about the faculty of IIBS, precisely for UG plus UPSC, for UG program we have about 6 odd faculty, and for UPSC program we have 4 in-house faculty. So a cumulative of 10 faculty will be training the students for UG plus UPSC. Other than the in-house faculty, we have the guest faculty. The guest faculties are incumbent as well as the retired civil servants. So they'll be coming for the lectures, and they'll be taking the sessions as well as at the same time mentoring the students altogether. So this is how the faculty of IIBS have an experience varied from about 5 years till about 10 years for the in-house faculty. At the same time, the experience of incumbent and the retired civil servants ranges from about 5 years till about 20-30. So this is the faculty of IIBS. This is the strength of IIBS. We provide the quality faculty, because without the quality faculty there is no way the students will be able to understand the concepts. They will not be able to clear the examination.
What kind of mentorship opportunities are available to students?
IIBS is providing 4 levels of mentorship. So the very first mentorship is corporate mentorship. So every graduate who is coming to IIBS wants to aspire for the placements. For the people who are aspiring for the placements in the corporate sector, they will be having the corporate mentoring. And at the same time, we have alumni mentoring. So with this 16 years of experience in the educational sector, we have thousands of alumni. And every alumni is placed in reputed institutions, and many of the alumni have the startups. So the alumni come often, they meet the young aspirants and the students, and they'll be mentoring in that format. And at the same time, we have the faculty mentoring. So as I have already told you, the faculty of IIBS are extremely strong. So the faculty will be mentoring the students, and we have a specific program, and we have a defined structure for mentoring as well. And all the mentoring reports will be uploaded into the ERP, where the parents will be able to see what is happening with this with a child. And along with that, we have the placement mentoring. So when you're talking about the placement mentoring, so the placements department will be mentoring the students, because not all skills can be provided by a single entity. So the placement department, which is well versed in the placements, they'll be training the students in the interview skills as well as the communication skills and everything. And out of all this, the most important for a UPSC program is the mentoring by incumbent as well as the retired civil servants. So every year, so on multiple occasions, the incumbent as well as the retired civil servants come to the college, and they interact one-on-one with the students. So these are the different types of mentorings that we are providing for the candidate.
For any kind of government job, current affairs are extremely important. So how are you focused on current affairs?
So when you're talking about current affairs, the very first question you need to ask is, what are current affairs? And depending upon the examination, so from what period to what period, I have to prepare for current affairs. So this is important. So the main advantage for UG plus UPSC program is that they'll be preparing the current affairs for the entire stretch of 3 years, and then they'll be going to the examination, then they'll be studying the current affairs of the 4th year as well. So to prepare the candidates for the current affairs, the very first month they come to the program, we give the newspaper analysis. We teach them how to read the newspaper, because the newspaper comprises of a lot of information. So within that information, what is relevant for the examination? What is irrelevant? So most of the people are more interested into the murders that are happening, crimes that are happening. So it intrigues much, but UPSC will not focus on those. And any controversy that is happening, the people are very much interested to know about that controversy. But UPSC or any other government or any other entity will not focus on those areas. So we have to segregate the current affairs based upon the subject we have, based upon the syllabus we have. So once we segregate everything, then we'll get to understand what are true current affairs. So what do you really have to focus? So we have to align the current affairs with the subject knowledge, right? So that for that, what we are doing is we are providing daily current affairs material. Along with that current affairs, below the current affairs, we are providing the possible prelims questions on those current affairs. Along with that, we are providing possible mains questions. So that every day the students will get to know what are the important current issues where he has to focus on, and at the same time he has the knowledge of what are the possible prelims questions that might actually come. At the same time, what are the possible mains questions. So within the day, he'll get to know what all things he has to be well prepared to go for the battle next.
For UPSC preparation, many people say that they need to refer or they need to read many books. So what sort of books they need to refer, and how you are going to help them with this?
Yes. So when it comes to UPSC preparation, it is true that the candidate has to read many books. But as you can see, with the development of the internet and the technology related to that, there are immense amount of resources that are available in the market. So the question now is not what to read, it is what not to read. Right? With the enormous amount of resources, so the students will get confused very easily, they get distracted very easily. So once you start a book, somebody will be telling that not this book, the other book is good. And every institution is providing a standard material on behalf of the institution. So with all this enormous amount of resources available, now the candidate has to choose the right kind of a book. So for that purpose, IIBS is providing handouts first, the handbooks. So which consists of the basic foundational contents that are needed for the student to understand the concepts. And along with that, we will be ordering books which are standard in nature for the candidate. So all those standard books, he has to thoroughly read the concepts from, and at the same time, we have the library facility which is available round the clock, right, till 7:30 night, right? Even it is open on Sundays. So the students can come and refer the books which we have in the library. We have a lot of resources for that as well, right? And they can make the notes of it, and they can make take the help of UPSC faculty as well at the same time whenever they get any doubt referring those subjects. So in that way, so whatever the books that the students need to refer, we have confined it to a structured books. And along with that, they have to prepare for UPSC that we have already talked about. So both the students have to comprehend each other. And that is how it actually works.
UPSC has many stages. Most of the students, even if they clear mains, they fail in interview stage. So how do you prepare students for interviews?
See, the most of the people has this misconception. They think that it is an interview, but it is not. So the most of the times the interview is being conducted to assess the candidate's intellect, right? But once you clear prelims as well as the mains, they know the candidate is extremely knowledgeable. So they're not going to test your knowledge. That is the reason why UPSC never calls it interview. It is a personality assessment test. So they assess your personality. Whether you know the answer or not, it is not that important, but how you conduct yourself on the stage, on the platform, it is extremely important. If you don't know the answer, how are you going to interact at that particular stage? How are you going to hold that pressure? How are you going to hold that composure? So all these parameters they're going to check. They're going to check your body posture, how you're going to sit, how you're going to interact, so how you're going to talk, how confident you are. So if you don't know the answer, so how diplomatically you're able to put that onto the platform. So all these aspects are assessed in the interview. And as you said, the UPSC has a rigorous elimination process. it has multiple elimination stages. The very first stage of elimination is just knowing about the examination itself when the notification comes out. So that is the first stage of elimination. And the second stage of elimination is just appearing for the examination, whether you qualify it or not, right? And even though the 10 lakh people apply for the UPSC job, only about 5 lakhs appear for the examination. So 5 lakhs are automatically eliminated. And within that 5 lakhs, hardly about 10 to 20,000 clear the mains, go to the mains. And among the people who write the mains, only 3,000 people odd goes to the interview. Among the 3,000 odd, only 1,000 gets the placement, gets the job. So here we have to understand that UPSC is not going to select everyone. Only for the defined selected posts it's going to recruit. And every year it's going to change the numbers, that sometimes it will be 600, sometimes it will be 700, sometimes 800, 900, 1000 or 1200 even. So what the students have to understand that is, among the requirement you need only one post. So you aspire for only that. And many people think the competition towards UPSC is very tough because the 5 lakh people are gonna give the examination. But in my experience, I can definitely say the serious aspirants are hardly 20,000. So your competition is only with that 20,000. And when it comes to the interview preparation, the very first thing you have to be thorough is about your profile. Once you get to know your profile, you will be confident about what your strengths are, what your weakness is. So that is what we train the students in. So we want the students to know about himself first. So once he knows about himself, then easily he'll be able to portray his strengths predominantly, and the weakness, once you address there is a weakness, you'll be able to work on the weakness to negate it. So that is how we're gonna train, and at the same time we conduct mock interviews every year. And the students will have the rigorous training, so how the questions are being asked and what kind of responses the students have to bring.
Sir, can you please explain us about the UPSC examination pattern and what are the optional subjects do you provide to students?
Yes. So most of the students are not aware of the examination pattern. They have this ambition to clear UPSC, but they never go through the notification. So let me explain how the UPSC examination pattern is. So we have prelims examination, and in the prelims examination we have general studies paper 1 as well as general studies paper 2. General studies paper 1 has polity, economy, geography, history, science and technology, ecology, as well as issues of national as well as international events. Right, so this is the syllabus of prelims for general studies paper 1. General studies paper 2 is CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. So in this paper 1 we have about 100 questions for 200 marks, and it is a multiple choice based questions, and there is negative mark for the questions. So if you mark them wrong, so obviously the marks will be deducted. So 1/3 of the mark allocated to that question will be deducted from the wrong answer, right? And when it comes to the CSAT, CSAT is a qualifying paper. All you have to get is 33% qualifying mark. The reason why they have made the paper 2 as qualifying is because the people who are extremely good in aptitude or clearing the examination without studying the general studies, where the most of the people from the rural backgrounds were not able to cope up in that area, which is creating a extreme barrier where only the urban will be able to clear the examination. For the ranking purposes, for the prelims to get qualified, you will have to get around 100 and odd, whereas the cutoff varies year by year depending upon the questions, right? So that is about the prelims part. And when it comes to the mains examination, it is descriptive in nature. You have to write, and for that you have 2 language papers which are mandatory. So English is mandatory, and the other is any one of the official language you can choose. And these 2 papers are just qualifying in nature. You have to get just 25% of the marks. That means they are testing whether you are able to read and write the language. That's all. So the basic understanding of the language they are testing. And the next one is essay. Essay is for 250 marks, and then general studies paper 1, general studies paper 2, general studies paper 3, and general studies paper 4. Right? So whatever the subjects we have discussed in the beginning, all the subjects will be together in these 3 papers, and the 4th paper is ethics, aptitude and integrity. And finally we have optional paper 1 and optional paper 2. And this optional is extremely important because you are choosing that subject. So 500 marks are specifically allocated on the subject of your interest which you have chosen. So that's why it plays a very crucial role in your selection to the interview. And here any individual can choose any option he likes. Where if you have an intake of about 50 students, we will not be able to provide 50 different options just because the students are interested. So that's why there are a few subjects where we ask the candidate to choose among from. So the one such optional was political sciences and international relations. And specifically for BA plus UPSC aspirants, because they study political sciences for all the 3 years and they study polity as well as governance for UPSC as well, that area will be covered thoroughly. And at the same time, international relations, that concepts will be covered in the general studies for UPSC preparation. So that's why this is one subject where we have identified where we can suggest and push the candidate to choose, so that their preparation will be parallel, so that immediately after graduation they can give the examination. Other than that, our students have chosen other optionals as well, such as anthropology and sociology, and some people with the management as well, because this is the B school, we have enormous amount of resources if you have chosen management subjects. So these are the subjects they have actually chosen, along with that public administration as well. Right? So these are the subjects where students frequently choose from. And one of our candidates have chosen mathematics optional as well. Right? So it is upon the candidate's interest, but the person who is not able to understand what optional they need to choose, we suggest political sciences and international relations, so that along with the general studies preparation, along with the BA courseware, so the optional preparation will also be parallel.
What sort of extracurricular activities do you provide to students apart from curriculum?
So let us discuss about the extracurricular activities. So other than the extracurricular, let me tell you how we structure the co-curricular activities first. Right? So co-curricular activities is not just about coming to the classes, listening to the classes, and then reading the books and then understanding, giving the examinations, because we conduct examinations almost every day. So every day we conduct the mains examinations, every weekend we conduct the prelims examination, and we have the grand tests, we have the test series. And with all this, obviously the students will get tired and eventually they'll hate studies. So we have to structure the program in such a way that they are interested in that. So we support the group events. We have different types, different kind of clubs, curricular clubs like polity club, international relations club. Right? So these kind of a clubs where the students come together and they take a concept and they discuss and debate. Along with that, we conduct mock parliament sessions to see the functioning of the parliament, how it actually functions, and we conduct mock budget sessions as well. So every time they will be like feeling that this is how the government is run. So they have the real-time exposure. So apart from that co-curricular activities, we have extracurricular activities. Frequently we have the cultural programs, and we have the intra-college fests and the intra-college, and at the same time we have the intra-college sports as well as the inter and as well as intra-college the sports events. So the students should not be confined only to the education. For the overall development, they have to be exposed to the extracurricular activities as well. So the students immediately after coming into IIBS, so they'll have the Freshers Day where they showcase their talents. And once you are confident enough to showcase your talent, it becomes very easy to learn something new. Right? So this is how IIBS has structured and has given importance for both curriculum, co-curriculum as well as extracurriculum.
What is the admission process and selection criteria for this program?
So when you're talking about admission procedure, So any candidate can go to admissions.iibs.edu.in and register over there with all your personal details as well as the academic details. So once you pay the registration fee, we'll conduct an interview with the faculty, and based upon your performance in the interview, we'll be selecting the candidate.
Can you please explain us about the scholarship and financial aid which is available for the students of IIBS?
Definitely. IIBS provides very number of scholarships for the candidates. The very first scholarship that is being provided is a merit scholarship up to 75,000 rupee. And along with that, we have the girls scholarship. Each and every girl can get 20,000 scholarship. And we have SC, ST, OBC as well as economically weaker section as well as the minority scholarship of about 20,000 rupees. And along with that, for specially abled candidates, we give a scholarship of 25,000. And if the candidate has a single parent, they can have the scholarship of 25,000. And if the candidate is Karnataka domicile, and they can get about 20,000 scholarship. And all these scholarships are cumulative. That means if you get 90% and above, your scholarship will be 75,000. And if you are a girl candidate, 75 plus 20,000. If you are from any of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe as well as the economically weaker section or from OBC, you will get extra 20,000. And if you are specially able, extra 20,000. And if you are from Karnataka, extra 20,000. So in that way, cumulative amount of scholarships, which is about 1,75,000 rupees, is just given as scholarships.
So can you please explain us about the fee structure of BA plus IAS program?
Yeah, definitely. So there is no specific like BA plus IAS program fee structure. There is a fee structure for BA program, whereas IAS coaching is given for free of cost.
Okay.
So when you're talking about BA program, the fee structure is 6 lakhs for 3 years, and as well as if you want to pursue honors, it is 6,50,000. And with that fee, you have the other scholarships as well.
Thank you so much, Ashok sir. I think this podcast is going to help young aspirants who all are dreaming to become IAS officer. Thank you, sir.
So thank you so much. If any of the candidates have any questions regarding UPSC or any other government examinations, please put down in the comments below. So we'll be able to make another video to clarify all the regarded doubts.
Thank you, sir. If your doubts are clarified, please do like, share, comment and subscribe.